Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan battle video, and today we're taking on the, basically the Cyclopean Guard event, and what you're supposed to do, this is like basically a repeat of the Frieza one from last year, and what I'm doing in this event is I'm doing a run for every typing, so I was able to get it done on all typings. I did post my original video, and I did the easiest run, which was the Str Team versus the Physical Team. So mainly the goal with this is you're doing waves of enemies, right? And the first two waves you get I believe it's 3 turns per wave, and then the second 2 waves you get 2 turns, and the last wave you get 1 turn. So really the goal with this event is to try to use AoE units, or units that get a lot of built-in additionals. And the trick is, and what I do in this video is, every typing has that orb changing item that gives units 5% per orb. So you want to use one of those, and then I bring a Bulma item. And what these and then the Bulma item is an attack up. So the goal is it's pretty easy for most teams to get to the last wave, the 5th wave. But the trick is whenever you get to that last wave, you want to make sure you beat it in 1 turn. Now I'm putting this one out first because I feel like this is the hardest one on global. So you can see my team build here. I'm mainly focusing on Int Broly because he has a lot of built-in additionals, but like the only like Int AoE unit is like Int Raditz, but he's not really strong enough to like power through. Like what's going to happen is you're going to get to the last wave. Raditz, unless he gets like additionals with crits, like which that's a strat you can do. You can try to get like an additional with him, double AoE with the nuke item that could get it done. But what I opted for was like 3rd form Frieza. I've got the LR Cooler Army, Metal Cooler Army. And this is on global, by the way, so they're not even easy aid, right? But the reason why the LR Metal Cooler Army works, even non-easy aid, it's because they're the correct typing and they're movie bosses. So the way this event works is you have to use type advantage, and then they're giving you extra boost for being movie heroes or movie bosses. Well, the typing is actually more important. So this is why Broly works so well. Like he can get additional normals and still one-shot some of these Cyclopean guards, right? So you can do these events without movie heroes and movie bosses. Like you still do enough damage, but you have to be type advantage, right? So you'll see in some of my runs, my other typings, I basically just focus on AoE units and these units once again that have a bunch of built-in additionals. Sometimes it's RNG. Sometimes you need like hidden potential additionals to proc, things like that. But this to me is definitely the toughest run, especially on global, because on JP. JP's got the Vegeta Trunks, and they also have LR Zamasu, which are very powerful units that Global does not have access to, right? So really, my goal here is early on, I'm taking it a little bit slow, letting my Brolys build up because they stack, and then getting in 3rd form Frieza built up because I want 3rd form Frieza to be doing actually decent attack stats. And then this combination of having basically each rotation here is an Int Broly, and then one's going to be paired with the 3rd form Frieza, and then I think I eventually float around that Metal Cooler to the other side. But basically just units that are going to be multi-attacking. And then what's going to happen is you're seeing here early on, like my 3rd form Frieza didn't one-shot that, but remember he's stacking attack. And on that last phase, I'm going to be using the orb change nuke items to like give them a lot more power, right? But you can see my AGL, or my Int Metal Cooler Army there was able to take out one of the guards, right? So once again, this is one of the earlier phases where you get extra turns. And in order to get all of the rewards, you do have to beat every typing, right? So once again, it was pretty nice I was able to get it done. I was really rusty on this, so when I recorded my first video, like, you know, I talked about taking like STR Broly and maybe I could use them type neutral, and obviously that's not going to work. You have to be type advantage here. They just have way too much damage reduction. But after I like started actually like diving into this event a little bit more, it really started coming back to me. I do remember doing this last year, and it was a very similar type of strat, right? I think last year though I may have done the Int stage with Int Raditz, but I think the enemies were a little bit weaker. Because what makes this hard is not only are you getting less turns, but the enemies do get tankier with each wave, right? So it's basically just letting my units kind of go to town here. And then what we'll do is on the last wave is when I'll actually pop my items. And it actually worked out really well for me that I got it all done. So if any of you need help with this, you can let me know in the comments. I do have a Discord with like a team building help you could join. All that stuff, right? And I apologize if you hear me like clearing my throat and stuff. I've been actually pretty sick this weekend, which is a little bit frustrating. Because I'm back to work and like this is my record time. And I've been too sick most of the weekend to record. This is Sunday night, I'm recording this. I'm just feeling good enough to try to crank some of these out. So I want to get these scheduled out so that these videos go out. But I'll try to drop this one relatively soon because this is the one that most people I think are going to want help with. All right, so I think this is the fourth wave. I haven't really been keeping track. I'm obviously commentating over a pre-recorded run. Basically, I just sat this weekend and pre-recorded these and then just commentating over them. But this is definitely like the longest run. The easier runs with the AoE units, they go really quick. Like, you just get them done, like, basically one shot every phase and you're out of there. This is definitely one of those events that it's literally just a roster check, right? Like, if you have the right units, you can do it. If you don't have the right units, you can't do it. So even if you're a newer player and you can't get it all done, it's still worth it to attempt the event, kill as many robots as you can, so that you can get some rewards, right? All right, so I believe this is my final turn here. So I'm using the Manaka costume, and it worked out nice. I got a fat stack of orbs, and int units are going to get 5% extra attack per orb. So Broly's going to be massive, because he's got that huge field. Then I opt to use another one, and hope that I get some good orb changing, and I do. And then third form Frieza is going to grab a fat stack, and then the Bulma item is going to give me a 25% attack up. So between grabbing both of that, my third form Frieza and my Broly are going to be pretty beastly right now. And then I have my Int Frieza on the end just to hopefully clean up any stragglers at the end of this. And now we kind of just pray that we get the right amount of additionals and additional supers. But you see Broly here whipping out an 8 mil attack stat. This is going to one-shot for sure because these movie bosses. Look at the fat number that pops out here. It's kind of crazy. 26 mil. That's all of the extra damage. So there, even on a normal, a 10 mil normal crit. So Broly's just wiping them clean here. So literally you just get an Int Broly on this last phase and you're just cooking here, right? So Broly took out 3 of them. Now third form Frieza's got a 6 mil attack stat. He should one-shot this guard. Yep. And then we've only got 1 left. So he gets a normal that just about takes him out and then finishes him off here. Had third form Frieza not come through, that Int Frieza at the end would have finished it off. So that's about as clean as they come for the Int run. So anyways, guys, there you go. Hopefully this guide helps you all out. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you all on the next one.